thank you for all joining us this evening. Tonight we're here to talk about water, and more specifically, how water plays a pivotal role in the way that we mitigate and adapt to climate change.
And so what I want to talk about is how a warming world will bring instability to civilization, not just to business or the economy, but to the way we live. So 20 years ago, climate scientists had a list of things that were unlikely to happen, but if they happened, it would be terrible. And in the last few years, all of those events have started unfolding. Now, for the first time, fires in the far northern reaches. And you say, well, who is setting these fires? Well, this brings me to my cover slide. This is a picture of lightning in Alaska. And Alaska never used to have lightning ever. This is unprecedented, but there's now so much energy in the air that lightning is starting fires. And in terms of drought, I want you to look at South America, where the Amazon is, and see how drought has already begun and is now intensifying. And if we allow climate change to go further, will intensify to the point where the Amazon will also burn. It is already starting in ways that it had never done before. And this is a systemic risk. These are the things we run risking. And we are now leaning into this risk.
I think a lot of people understand maybe how they directly interact with the water cycle. That, for example, when you take a shower in the morning, that water started off as snow in the mountains. I really wish people had a better understanding of their indirect water uses, that everything that we use, wear, sell, buy, and eat takes water to make. I was just vacationing last week in Teton National Park and discovered that Jackson Lake, which is in the middle of the park, is drawn down about 30 or 35 feet this summer in order to provide water to neighboring Idaho's potato farmers and to grow crops for nourishing the cattle. I want people to understand those relationships with water and not just, that you need to have a low flow valve on your shower. We need to do more.
They say that water is to the 21st century what oil was to the 20th century. And that's been in Fortune and other publications. And it's this idea of no one could get the oil out of the ground consistently, right? In the late 1800s. And so who knew what can you do with it? We don't know, because we'd never had an ongoing supply. But once they figured out how to do that, industries and airplanes and cars and everything that we know in modern society became possible. Another analogy to that is the internet. No one kind of knew what it was, and it's just a thing. What are you going to do with the internet? In 1993. But once we had it, all of these other use cases came out. And this exact same thing is true for this type of data, this type of awareness of existing data, and then building more data and data sets and using analytics and such on top of that data for the environment, for the planet, and paying attention to our physical world.